Israel-Hamas war is into its second week now, and there are no signs of abatement. With Israel's impending invasion of Gaza, the war could blow up to regional war or maybe worse. Thousands have already been killed and wounded, and Gaza looks like a terrifying dystopia. But this not going to end soon. Israel has vowed to eliminate Hamas forever, and it won't stop short of it. If it achieves its objective, it will reassert its deterrence against any such attack in future. This approach is similar to the Hama Rules. So what are Hama Rules? It was a term coined by celebrated New York Times columnist Thomas Friedman, who won Pulitzer for his reporting from Middle East. These rules refer to the brutality with which Syrian government literally crushed the rebellion against it. The term coined in the aftermath wasn't unique to Syria alone. It was the unsaid rulebook for Middle East rulers to deal with any rebellion in their region. The idea behind it was to strike a deep fear that would deter further such attempts. It was something similar to achieving deterrence, and in doing so, the state was free from any rules that could have restricted its actions. No cost was higher, not even the lives of its own citizens. So, what happened in Hama? Before we get to Hama, let's get to its background first. In Syria, the secular Ba'ath Party was challenged by the fundamentalist Muslim Brotherhood. Things began to turn ugly in 1971 when Hafiz al-Assad came to power. Hafiz al-Assad, just to build familiarity for you, was father of the current Syrian president Bashar al-Assad. The policies of secular and socialist Assad were resented by Orthodox and fundamentalist Muslim Brotherhood. Their opposition began to turn violent, and they initiated a rebellion to oust Assad from power and establish Islamic Republic in Syria. The conflict between parties raged on for few years when the Assad regime decided to crush it forever. Now is the time to welcome the next Assad in the story. He is Rifat al-Assad, brother of Hafiz al-Assad, who was the commander general for this operation. Rifat assembled some 12,000 troops to besiege Hama, the fourth largest city of Syria and also the epicenter of rebellion. The events that would follow next were later described as the single deadliest act by any Arab government against its own people in the modern Middle East. The Middle East has always been tumultuous with wars raging and people dying, but this was something else. The city of Hama was fired upon by the troops continuously for days. Its buildings were blown. Later, bulldozers were given a free run and it was leveled as a parking lot. A door-to-door search campaign was launched to ensure that none of the Muslim Brotherhood remained. But the city didn't have only Muslim Brotherhood. It had ordinary people of Syria who had nothing to do with the revolt. But they were killed too. The death toll varies between 20 to 40,000 as per different estimates. Now you must be wondering about the quality of these photographs. It is because it happened in 1982 and it wasn't reported in news. International press got to know about it years later. Nobody talked about it, nobody knew. Such was the fear and secrecy surrounding the massacre that even photographs appeared after 30 years. What was the result? The leveling of city literally crushed the Muslim Brotherhood. The years of tumult, revolt, and conflict were over. The Hama Rules had set a chilling example to any revolt in the region. Assad had secured the strategic deterrence against future rebellions. But at what cost? When asked about the high death toll of his own citizens, he is reportedly believed to have said that people live and people die. The commanding general of the massacre, Assad's brother Rifat, too chose to look at the outcome than the process. He said that it was necessary. Now, coming back to Israel, do you find any parallel? Israel is in Middle East and surrounded by Arab countries. It has been giving befitting replies to gain their deterrence since it was born in 1948. Israel has never lost a war even while facing combined might of some of the Arab countries. In 2006, Hezbollah killed and abducted few Israeli soldiers. Israel responded with its trademark ferocity. Such was the extent of its retaliation that later Nasrallah, Hezbollah leader, would confess in an interview that he wouldn't have undertaken it only if it knew how Israel is going to respond. This shows how effective Israel's strategy was. Israel's security in the region is ensured by its capability to inflict disproportionate punishment. What Hamas did on 7th October was unprecedented, and going by the precedents, Israel will give unprecedented response to ensure its survival. However, the Hama Rules didn't prove effective in the long run. Repression is not a permanent solution. Syria is witnessing conflict again. The writer who gave us Hama Rules has given us new Hama Rules. People simply stop fearing after a point in time. If Israel has learned rules of the region, then it must learn effects of the rules as well. Well, this was all in this video. Thanks for watching. I really hope that you liked it. If you do, then please like and subscribe our new initiative. Thanks.